tears, confessions, and one final dream. This is Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 3, where everything finally comes to the surface. So, the third season kicks off right after all the emotional weight of Season 2. Chizuru is still pushing forward with her dream of becoming a professional actress, but she's clearly running out of time. Her beloved grandmother Sayuri is hospitalized and getting weaker by the day. That dream of having her grandma see her on the big screen, it's slipping away. Kazuya sees how important this is to her. After everything they've been through, he decides to help. He tells Chizuru he wants to make a movie with her. They begin to plan the project together. Kazuya will take care of the funding and production side, while Chizuru focuses on acting and writing the script. They don't know exactly how they'll do it yet, but they're determined to make it happen. Kazuya and Chizuru continue working on their movie project. They start discussing ideas for the crowdfunding campaign, trying to figure out how to raise enough money. While they're talking, their new neighbor suddenly appears, Mini Yamori. She's loud, energetic, and introduces herself right away. Turns out she's a popular social media influencer, and also a junior at their college. Later on, Ruka shows up and confronts them after seeing how close they seem. She demands to know what's really happening. Chizuru doesn't have a choice but to explain the truth. Ruka listens and, surprisingly, she agrees to help with the project. She says it's because she wants to support Kazuya, but it's also obvious that she sees it as a way to stay close to him. The crowdfunding campaign for the movie isn't going well. Kazuya and Chizuru realize they need more attention and support if they want to reach their goal. Kazuya decides to ask Mini Yamori for help, since she's popular on social media and knows a lot about online promotion. Mini doesn't hesitate. She agrees to help them immediately and starts planning ways to promote the campaign online. Her energy and experience bring new hope to the project. She becomes a key member of their team, showing them how to reach more people and get their movie noticed. With Mini's help, the campaign slowly starts to pick up. Her energetic style leads to some awkward moments, especially when Kazuya and Chizuru aren't sure how to handle her bold ideas. Still, her efforts prove effective, helping to raise awareness for the project. At the same time, Chizuru reaches out to Umi for support. He agrees to help by retweeting the campaign on his social media, which gives the project some extra visibility. But then Umi also invites Chizuru to see a play with him on the last day of the crowdfunding campaign. Filming for the movie finally begins during the summer break. Kazuya, Chizuru, and the team are excited but also nervous. During one scene, Kazuya tries to remove a cicada from a tree, but he loses his balance and falls off a small bridge. Luckily, the fall is caught perfectly on camera and fits the scene well, so they decide to keep it in the movie, and the director, Tabus, decides that Kazuya and Chizuru should go on a trip to film the final scene together. However, Mini secretly orchestrates a plan to ensure Kazuya and Chizuru are alone together. She books a single room for them, leading to an awkward situation when they arrive. Later, Chizuru opens up to Kazuya about her past. She reveals that her grandfather always wanted to see her become an actress, but he passed away before he could. She decided to pursue her dream to honor his memory and make her grandmother proud. It ends with her preparing for the final shoot, and Kazuya and Chizuru's bond growing stronger as they work together on the movie. It's Ruka's birthday, and Kazuya decides to spend the day with her. They start by enjoying some time swimming and relaxing at a pool. Later, they have dinner at a restaurant, where Ruka gets a bit annoyed that Kazuya didn't bring her a gift. She expresses her feelings honestly, creating a brief moment of tension. After dinner, they go to a quiet seaside park to talk more privately. There, Ruka asks if she can call him without honorifics, hoping for a closer, more casual relationship. Kazuya agrees, marking a small but meaningful shift in their dynamic. Meanwhile, Sumi notices Chizuru visiting her grandmother in the hospital. Sumi happens to be there and meets Sayuri for the first time, leading Sayuri to notice that Chizuru is surrounded by caring friends. Chizuru takes Sayuri along with Kazuya to visit the cinema where their movie will premiere. Seeing the theater sets Sayuri off into a reflective mood, filled with memories of her past life as an actress. While they're at the cinema, her health suddenly worsens. Chizuru becomes distraught as she watches her grandmother struggle. Kazuya urges Chizuru to finally be honest with Sayuri about their real feelings, but Chizuru fears it would hurt her grandmother in her final moments. Despite hesitation, Kazuya brings the movie, still being edited, into Sayuri's hospital room and sets up a projector to show it. Sayuri watches about 10 minutes of the film. She becomes emotional, embraces Chizuru, and expresses her pride. After the screening, Chizuru breaks down crying as Sayuri overhears her guilt over keeping the truth hidden. Then, with a final embrace, Sayuri passes away peacefully. After Sayuri's passing, Kazuya meets with Mini to talk about Chizuru. He's clearly worried about how she's handling everything. Minnie reminds him that even if Chizuru looks strong on the outside, she's probably hurting deep inside. The next day, Kazuya can't stop thinking about her. He reflects on how Chizuru keeps up a calm and composed front, insisting she's fine, even though it's obvious she's still grieving. He starts to realize just how much pain she might be hiding. Later, Kazuya attends Sayuri's wake with his grandmother. There, his grandma gently encourages him to support Chizuru, not just as a friend, but as someone who truly understands her. This moment leaves a strong impression on Kazuya and pushes him to be more open about his feelings. Not knowing how to help Chizuru deal with her grief, Kazuya turns to Sumi for advice. In her usual quiet but bold way, Sumi suddenly takes him on a trip to the beach in Fujisawa. They visit local spots including the Enoshima Sea Candle, a scenic lighthouse with a great view. At first, Kazuya wonders what the purpose of the trip is, but Sumi eventually explains that she just wanted him to relax and have fun. She figured that if he could smile a little, he'd be in a better place emotionally to support Chizuru. Later, Kazuya confides in Ruka about Sayuri's passing. Ruka's reaction is emotional and intense, and although it's a bit chaotic, it helps Kazuya realize something important. What Chizuru might really need right now is simple, genuine support, not anything complicated. Kazuya decides to rent Chizuru for an entire day, not as a client but as someone who truly wants to support her. He carefully plans a special date filled with fun activities, hoping it will help her open up and let some of her sadness out. Throughout the day, they visit familiar places, enjoy food together, and take part in light-hearted moments. Kazuya tries his best to create an atmosphere where Chizuru can simply breathe and be herself, even if just for a little while. Though Chizuru keeps up a strong front after Sayuri's passing, Kazuya can see the pain behind her forced smiles. He doesn't push her to talk about it, but his quiet presence and gentle care speak volumes. Through small but sincere efforts, he offers her a safe space, one where she doesn't have to pretend to be okay. Slowly, she begins to soften, and Kazuya's unwavering support helps her lower her emotional walls, showing that sometimes the most powerful comfort comes not from words, but simply from being there. Eventually, he opens up completely, telling Chizuru how much he cares about her, not just as someone he admires, but as someone he truly loves. He tells her that to him, she's the ideal girlfriend, not just in looks, but in strength, kindness, and everything she does. Hearing his words, Chizuru can no longer hold back. For the first time, she allows herself to be vulnerable and breaks down in tears, letting go of all the pain and grief she had been keeping inside. She cries in Kazuya's arms and he holds her without saying anything more, just being there for her. The season ends on a quiet yet emotionally charged note, as Kazuya and Chizuru finally open up to each other, not just in words, but in vulnerability. It marks a long-awaited shift in their relationship, one rooted not in pretense or obligation, but in genuine connection. If you want more recaps like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what anime you want to see next.